This is Corey Van Dyke from TechSideline.com. I'm here with David McFadden, a redshirt junior for the Virginia Tech wrestling team. And David, he's a redshirt junior. As I mentioned last year, as his sophomore year, he finished 5th place in the NCAAs, went 29-0 in the regular season. Last wrestler since 2002 to do that in Virginia Tech history. So David, looking back at that season last year, your redshirt sophomore year, what was kind of your assessment of how that year went for you?
I really wanted to come away with the title, but it doesn't always work out that way. Overall, my season, I was 29-0, but I had some bumps in the roads, like some inconsistencies with my weight and just my focus at some points in the season. But that's life and that's college, and overall, I was pretty happy how I finished, especially in that last match. You always want to end your last match of the season on the win. So to come back and lose in the semis to the defending 2-time national champ and then drop my first match Saturday morning, to come back and kind of show the heart I had and the grit and the will to win against a kid from Iowa who's pretty tough. It was a good way to end the season. If I couldn't have got first, and then I couldn't have got third, so the next best option was 5th, and that's kind of what I had to switch my focus to.
Gotcha. And you mentioned a little bit of the grit there. Actually, in your redshirt freshman year, I remember you talking about you wrestled with a torn ACL in the NCAA tournament, and so kind of how would you describe your grit out in the wrestling match? What is kind of your style out there when you're wrestling?
I would like to say I'm like a grinder and a finesser. I'm going to wrestle you hard for 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, whatever it takes to get my hand raised. But I'm also, I'm not going to sit in a hand fight and just brawl with you. I'm going to try and pick my spots, show a little flash out there, a little of my speed and, my slickness. And, my freshman year, I tore my ACL first match of the NCAA tournament, but I didn't know really. I knew my knee hurt, and it was the NCAA tournament. I had to find a way. So, I'm always just trying to find a way to get my hand raised out on the mat.
Gotcha. And what would you say was kind of the focus this summer and this off season? What were you kind of trying to maybe strengthen a little bit? What were some weaknesses that you thought you could maybe improve on going into this season?
Probably my lifestyle and just my kind of out of the room is just kind of focusing on getting better, in other areas, because I can wrestle pretty good, I hope. I think I'm a pretty good wrestler. But, outside areas, lifting, my cardio, lifestyle in general, just kind of tightening those areas up. And, I was able to make a world team. I qualified this summer. So, my focus has been pretty good all summer. I had a lot to shoot for, and I've just been training, getting better. I've had some really good experiences going out, to the Olympic Training Center over the summer, and, just being here with the guys, training hard, and our staff. So kind of just tightening up areas I'm already pretty good at. I'm going into my 4th year of college wrestling. I got a whole arsenal, so just tightening up little areas, not making drastic changes to my wrestling, just kind of focusing on what I'm good at and going from there.
Gotcha. And you mentioned the U23 World Team.
Yeah.
What was kind of the experiences that you learned from that? What is something you can take from that and bring it into this season?
It was eventful. So I wasn't even planning on doing the trials. And then my training wasn't where it needed to be. To win a national title. Even though it was 10 months from now, it just I wasn't going down the right path in terms of wrestling wise. So I just sat down with my coaches, and they're like, you need to compete, we want you to compete. And I kind of made that switch where I was like, all right, let's do this, let's go out and get it. And I wrestled 79 kilos, which is 174, and I hadn't really been lifting that much and just kind of wrestling, and I was a little undersized at that time for the weight class. And in the finals of the trial, I wrestled 3-time All-American from Missouri. He's really, really good wrestler, and I brought it to him. So it kind of surprised me a little. I'm like, all right, I'm here, and from that point, it's just been a jump start, and I'm learning so much wrestling. Just getting these opportunities to go out, to the Olympic Training Center and train with the best guys in the world, and then I'm under a month away from competition. It's something I've been thinking about all summer and all fall, and I have a countdown on my board at home, and it's like almost here. So I'm so excited for it. I'm really excited. You know, unfortunately, I'm gonna miss 2 dual meets with my team, which is, you know, kind of bums me out, but I know I'll be rooting for them and they'll be rooting for me.
Gotcha.
So it's awesome.
And moving up to the 174 weight class this year, what is kind of the challenges with that after having obviously a successful year last year at 165?
Well, I struggled at times to make 65. I kind of got my stuff together towards the end of the season, but I was, you know, it says 29-0 regular season. I think I finished out the year 35-2. So to outsiders, that's like, it looks like, oh, there wasn't that much blemish on it, but you know, it was overall evaluation of myself. I thought it was a pretty inconsistent season for me, just in terms of I'd have some ups and downs, some good matches, some bad matches, guys that I should be, you know, blowing out of the waters. I'm in tight bouts with them just because I don't feel good out there. So, you know, over the summer, like, I just tried to get stronger and just, you know, get better at wrestling, not really worry about my weight. And, you know, I wrestled 74 at the trials, and I felt good. And, you know, I didn't really have to worry about my weight. And I just wrestled and didn't think, and just everything just came automatic to me.
Gotcha. And so when you actually do take the mat for the first time this year, what is your ultimate goal at the end of the year? Where do you want to be?
I want to start the season out with a world title and end it with a national title. You know, my whole goal, my whole life has been to be an NCAA champ. So, you know, I'm shooting for it no matter what weight class I'm at, no matter who's in front of me. You know, I think I'm capable of beating anyone in the country, and I think I showed that last year. Fell up point short in the semifinal. I think I lost 3-1. It was close. 2-time national champ. So I'm right there, and, you know, match could have went either way. And that's when you get to this level. It's, you know, one mistake, one split second can cost you a match. So, you know, just kind of I want to be a little more consistent this year and, you know, just go out there, score points, and have fun. And that's what I did at the trials. Like, I gave up some points, but I got more points, and I felt good. So that's going to be like the main goal for this year.
Gotcha. This has been Corey Van Dyke from TechSideline.com. I've been here with David McFadden. Virginia Tech Wrestling begins their season November 4th.